Homestead. Today I'm going to make some chicken broth. Well, I'm going to start the process. And you can basically make it for free. All you do is you save all your old chicken carcasses, dump those in your crock pot, and then you save your old chicken scraps, like the onion peels, your carrot peels, little bits of celery that you maybe don't want. Get it all down in the crock pot, and then you're going to fill it up with water and just let it sit here for 8, 10, 24 hours. Different people do different things. And then when it's all ready, we'll come back and I'll show you how to finish it off. So it's filled up like almost to the brim. So you want to fill it up pretty full so you can get the most out of it. And you can reuse this a couple of times and still get just as good flavored chicken stock out of it. Hey guys, so I'm back, and broth sat in the refrigerator overnight. So you can see maybe it's got all the fat like solidified. So we're gonna skim that off before we put it in the jars. Some people leave it in there, but if you don't want the fat, that's how you can get it out of there. So I got most of the fat off, but I'm too impatient to get it all off. So now we're just gonna ladle it up into the jars. And you still leave that 1-inch headspace. Then you're going to take a clean rag with a little vinegar on it, and you're just going to wipe the rims off. Especially if you don't get all the fat off, because it won't have a good seal then. Put your rings on, or your lids on, and then the rings finger tight. I'm gonna get this other one going, this other pot, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I got the first batch all canned up. I haven't put it in the canner yet, but I got 8 quarts. So now I'm gonna go through, I had started a second batch of it. I didn't show y'all how I got the broth out yesterday, so I'm gonna show you how I did that today, and I'm gonna get all that canned up also. So, you just get a strainer, and put a piece of cheesecloth in there to get any of the little pieces strained out. And then you just strain all the broth out.
All right, now we're loading the jars, obviously, but
You'll notice a difference in the color between the first day's,
Bro.
well, yeah, but like cooking it down and everything, and then the second day. But the second day is just as good. So, or the second time, however long it takes you to do it. But this one I'm not going to put in the refrigerator and get the fat off of it because I don't just drink it like a soup. We always put it in something, so I don't mind the fat in there. Okay, so we're gonna wipe the rims down on these and put the lids and the rings on them. This one that I didn't have enough for, I'll just put that one in the refrigerator and we'll use it this week for dinner sometime. So now I'm gonna get the canner ready. I didn't have it heating up already because the broth was cold, so it'll be cold broth, cold jars, and then cold water in the canner.
Yep.
Okay, so I got my water in there, cold water. So now we're gonna start putting the jars in.
Huh? I got the rack. All right, we got the canner loaded. Bring you over, take a look at it. This is the only canner that we know of that's out there that you can actually double stack quarts. Still, as I said, it's the All-American 941. We'll show you how to load it up. You use vegetable on the rim to give you your seal. This is a completely sealless or gasketless canner. Not like the Presto we have. We do have, actually we have two Prestos and we have this. The Prestos, of course, as you know, have a rubber gasket. So I like to make sure these are all locked in. Has little ears all the way around it that get underneath these little lips. It's like every other one has a ear. So now I'll let you explain this while I start buttoning this up.
Okay, when you tighten down the screws, you just go around the whole thing like opposite sides and just do them like finger tight. And then once you got them all up there, then you lock them down tight. You go opposite sides so you get a more even seal around there.
So basically here, left front, right rear. Then walk it around.
And make sure whenever you're double stacking that you put another tray in between. You don't want the jars right on top of each other. You want that little space.
Yeah, it has a little grate that goes in it. Everything looks good. I remember you have a weight system on these, 5, 10, and 15 pounds. The weights are they're set up by altitude. You can just Google canning weights and they'll be able to tell you what altitude is needed for each weight. If you need a 5 pound, a 10 pound, or a 15 pound. The Presto weight we have, do you have our Presto weight? The original weight that comes with Presto is a 15 pound weight. No, it is what it is. This is all you get. We were able to find a triple weight that actually has another ring here. There's
2 more rings, but we only need one.
This is basically a 5 pound. This is 15. No,
That's
5, 10, and then there's another weight that goes on it for 15 pounds. So that way you're not having to try to come out and adjust the steam on it because with the weight that Presto gives you from the factory. These are great. There are the links down in the description for those in case you need it. Now the jars are cold, the water's cold, and the canner's cold. So we'll get everything going. And what you're looking for is a steady stream of steam that'll come out of this. After you get a good steady stream, it'll do it. You need to do it for 10 minutes and then add your weight. And can it, how long you canning these for?
So for quarts, it's 90 minutes, and for pints, it's 75 minutes. Any kind of stock, you do the same as like if you're doing meat.
Okay. So we'll see you back here in about 10, and enough time for it to boil, and about the 10-minute run for us to put our weight on so you can see what it looks like. All right, we're back. We're getting ready to top this off and put the weight on it. I'll show you here in a little bit after the weight's going and everything and get an idea. Patty wanted to go over some other things on the broth and everything, so that way you'd have some better ideas.
Okay, so we got 20 quarts of broth out of that, and that was 4 chickens that I had. 2 rotisserie chickens that we had bought at Costco, so they were like $5. And then it was the 2 chickens Mike made the other night that he showed you with the butter injection and stuff.
And that video will be uploaded soon.
And then it was just like random carrot peels and onion skins and celery tops that I had in there for the vegetables. And so that was just all scraps. So anyways, we basically got 20 quarts of chicken stock for free because it was all just leftover food products, and you'd be spending like $2 a quart at the grocery store for it. So, and this, you know exactly what's in it. You don't have all the sodium and stuff to worry about. But also, if you're not ready to get into canning yet, it's still beneficial to go ahead and make your own broth, and then you can just throw it in the freezer, and then it's ready for you that way too.
But the life expectancy on something in the freezer like that would only be
Like 6 months.
6 months, yeah. Compared to canning it, you've got it for much longer if needed.
Yeah. But if you're not ready for it, it's always an option also.
All right. So we'll see y'all back here in a little bit. As you can hear, it's going. Everything's up to pressure. You'll hear it calm down. Basically, what it's doing is it's holding the pressure between 10 and 12 pounds. As it gets more up to 12, the jiggler will react and release the pressure. So, that's how it works. Now, you know. All right, and we're back. One reminder, after you get it at the temperature and the pressure is where it needs to be, turn your heat down to probably medium, just enough to keep the jiggler going and the pressure at 11. Okay, it's been an hour and a half, so now all we're going to do is turn it off and let the pressure release all by itself all the way down to nothing. When the pressure gauge gets to 0, we're going to let it set for another 10 minutes. At 0, we'll take the jiggler off and let it set for 10 minutes, and then be able to remove the jars out of the container. See you then. All right, and we're back again. Just remember, this is still really hot, okay? So it's time to take everything off. We let it cool down for 10 minutes without the jiggler on it. So we know there's no pressure at all, it's at 0. Just don't touch it with your hand or your skin or anything else, because it's definitely going to let you know. You already hear them. And guys, this is probably the best jar lifter we've found. The edges of it get right underneath the jars, make it really nice and easy to grab them. You know, you're not going to really worry about one falling off. So remember, these are still hot. You'll catch them bubbling and everything else inside of them. And think about all the money you saved off of scraps of food you were just going to throw away. My favorite gloves, these have Kevlar inside of them from what I understand. So I don't ever really feel any heat when I take these out, when I touch anything. All right, that's it. We'll let them cool for 24, we'll let them sit out for 24 hours, put labels on them and the day we put them on, and then store them in our pantry. You see, we've got quite a bit of chicken broth. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you next time on Our Texas Homestead, and be sure you like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, show them how to save a bunch of money on just scraps of food. Your carrot scraps, your celery scraps, onions, everything else, don't forget, throw them in the freezer if you don't have chicken to eat yet. Same thing with beef. Throw all your scraps in the freezer. Wait for it to get wait for you to get ready to have what you need to make up your stuff. So when you get it done, it's all right there for you for free. So see y'all next time. Thanks for being here.